Hey, it's the Empire. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon for more videos. We taking over. Let's go, champ. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go.
Hey, it's the Empire, Geoboxing Empire, Backstreet Boxing. Nah, man, some crazy quotes by my boy Freddie Roach, the very man who trained Amir Khan at one point of his career. And it's headline quotes, man. It's headline quotes. Now this is from BoxingScene.com, and it says, Roach, Amir Khan has been bad habits. CRAWFOR will knock him out. Now I'm gonna get into some quotes, and it's crazy, man, because in this article, man, it's like it's two narratives playing out. The narrative that Freddie Roach says that Amir Khan has a really good chance of winning this fight because he's superior to Terrance Crawford, moving, his footwork and his speed. And then he says, but he thinks Amir Khan has bad habits and he might get stopped by Terrance Crawford. Now, I'm gonna read it for you guys, then I'm gonna break it down, and I'm gonna have to defend both narratives because Freddie Roach brings them up. So I'm gonna talk about it now. And I quote, this is from Freddie Roach himself. Now he says, if Amir Khan can stick to the game plan and box for 12 rounds, he can really, really do well because he's a great boxer. He has all the skills in the world. He has a lot of speed, but at some point he'll go for the knockout. And when he does that, he gets himself in harm's way and gets knocked out. In all the fights he's been knocked out, he's been ahead. He's a very good boxer. He's very good at what he does, but he has that block in his head. He goes for the knockout, but in this sport, you can't go for the knockout. If it comes, it comes. Don't force it. Terrance Crawford's a good fighter. Amir Khan has better speed and footwork, but he has to put them together and be at his best. He has to win every round, one round at a time. But I believe Amir Khan will be knocked out somewhere along the way because he has bad habits. Now, man, there you guys have it from Freddie Roach, man. You know, it's wild because I basically said what Freddie Roach is saying on the good points about about Amir Khan. About he does have better footwork than Terrance Crawford, that he is faster than Terrance Crawford, and that he fought one round at a time, he could easily win this fight. Now, you know, Freddie Roach, being his ex-trainer, gets a little more detailed and talks about how Amir Khan, mentally, he'll go for the knockout, you know, and that was Freddie Roach's bad habit. And, you know, I don't know why he would say something like that because, you know, Amir Khan, for the most part, he's mostly boxing you. He's not really brawling you. I think Amir Khan, he'll try to knock you out if he feels like you're inferior to him and if he's beating you too bad. But the only fight I remember him really getting stopped in, you know, that he was fighting a fighter in its weight class. I'm not going to count Canelo because Canelo is a middleweight and above, so you really can't count Canelo Alvarez. Was like a Danny Garcia when Amir Khan was completely dominating that fight, and eventually he started being hyper aggressive, and then he got caught with a left hook from Danny Garcia. But if you actually think about it, at the time of the fight, Danny Garcia was a nobody at the time, so he really underestimated Danny Garcia because no one knew who the guy was at the time. So, you know, there's never been a really big fight that I ever seen that Amir Khan got hyper aggressive and he decided to, you know, just keep throwing punches on a high elite level opponent. You know, this doesn't happen. So that being said, man, it's just wild that Freddie Roach basically gave so many good points on Amir Khan, and then the points that Freddie Roach chimed in was more like a psychological point on Amir Khan's temperament. Now, Amir Khan is a great boxer, and Freddie Roach knows that. But when Freddie Roach starts talking about psychological problems on Amir Khan and saying that, oh, he's going to go for the knockout at some point in his fight, it's just going to happen regardless of anything, you know, yeah, I have to take that with a grain of salt, man. I'm not sure about that, you know, because if someone's winning on a scorecard, usually people take breaks. And I see Amir Khan, you know, when he gets hit, he doesn't keep brawling. For the most part, he moves around the ring. If you actually watch any fights he's actually hurting, if he's not knocked out right away, he's actually moving around. He doesn't just stand there and get hit, wobbled, and then decides to keep on fighting. You know, for the most part, Amir Khan, if he gets hurt, he's not going to stand there and keep going. And I don't know, man. I think Amir Khan is going to keep boxing in this fight. And I don't think he will go for the knockout. If it happens, it happens. I don't think he's going to actually go for the knockout in this Terrance Crawford fight because it's too dangerous. If he has a distinct advantage on the outside and he's a better boxer on the outside and he has better footwork than Terrance Crawford, like Freddie Roach says, and this is what Freddie Roach says, then he should win this fight if he takes one round at a time. Only thing Amir Khan has to do is compose himself. That's about it. That's a mental problem. And it's not like he's going to come in the ring, not physically prepared like Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner, at one point in his career, was a phenomenal fighter, and he was athletic. But, these days, he can't even throw punches enough to get him to win. That's not Amir Khan. Amir Khan has everything. He has the goods to win this fight. He just has to stick to a game plan and execute it. That's it. And I don't think Amir Khan has his ego like everyone thinks he does. Most of that stuff's for the cameras, man. Amir Khan at the end of the day is a boxer, and he's a product. He's a product. Of course, he's gonna say things to make you think he thinks he's the best. But I don't know, man. But like I said, I seen him versus Luis Collazo. He was very composed in that fight. Collazo was running at him one point with his hands down because Collazo was too slow. He couldn't hit Amir Khan. Amir Khan stuck to a game plan and boxed him for 12 rounds. Watch that fight again. Watch Luis Collazo run at him with his hands down because he can't hit Amir Khan. Amir Khan doesn't, bite the bait. Usually when people have their hands down, they want you to get a little wilder so you can get countered. Amir Khan stuck to this game plan. Same thing with Devin Alexander. Devin Alexander was doing pretty well in like the first or second round or something like that. And then Amir Khan started hitting him with his speed. And then Devin Alexander, like a fool, tried to imitate Amir Khan's speed, and he tried to turn it up on Amir Khan. And Amir Khan was too quick for Devin Alexander, and he just outboxed him for 12 rounds. I mean, like I said earlier, Amir Khan's only been stopped really by one big name, and that's Danny Garcia. Canelo Alvarez, I won't count that because he's a middleweight. And that being said, man, there's never been a fight where Amir Khan is fighting a high-profile fight, and Amir Khan knows he's fighting a high-profile fighter, and he tries to go for the kill. It's never happened. Not once. Just never happened. So that being said, man, I think Amir Khan's going to take it easy in this fight. He should just box. But yeah, man, there's Freddie Roach's opinion, man. It's a really good one. He trained Amir Khan himself, so he would know. But I mean, he trained Amir Khan like 4 or 5 years ago, something like half a decade ago. It's such a long time. Is it really relevant at this point in his career? See, the thing about Freddie Roach is this. Freddie Roach is a fighter who trains his fighters to be aggressive. Freddie Roach is a fighter who makes his fighters throw a lot of punches and move around, but really more in an aggressive way. That's Freddie Roach's style. So these bad habits that Freddie Roach is talking about, that's the habits Freddie Roach made his fighters do. Watch any Freddie Roach fighter. Freddie Roach makes his fighter more athletic, and he makes them throw combinations. So this whole going for the KO thing, that's Freddie Roach's style. So he's teaching his fighters how to do these so-called bad habits. It's just, it doesn't make any sense. And like I said, Amir Khan training with Virgil Hunter. Virgil Hunter, much more relaxed fighter by trainer. He makes you actually box. He's not making you be really aggressive and throwing combinations. He's actually making you stick to fundamentals. Now, that being said, man, it's just really weird that Freddie Roach would say these bad habits are so bad, but he makes his fighters fight that way. His fighters fight a certain way. Watch a Freddie Roach fighter. Now, if you don't believe me, watch Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto got a lot more aggressive in his career when he started training with Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach made him a two-handed fighter and made Miguel Cotto move better, more aggressively, and Miguel Cotto took more chances in his fights, So, via stopping Sergio Martinez, you dig? So, Freddie Roach is an aggressive trainer, and he's an athletic trainer. So, he's making his fighters be more going for the kill. So, basically, like I said earlier, these bad habits he was talking about, he's forcing his fighters to do that. So, these, like I said, it's just crazy that he would mention that when he actually making his fighters do that himself. So, these bad habits are his lack of being a good trainer. I think Manny Pacquiao got stopped so many times. Manny Pacquiao is known for being hyper aggressive because Freddie Roach made him that way. But yeah, man, I'm like being a dead horse, man. Let me know how you guys feel about it, though, man. I think Amir Khan can win this fight. I agree with him, but I only agree with him to a certain extent because I think his fighters are aggressive by nature, Freddie Roach fighters, because he makes them that way. let me know how you guys feel about it, though, man. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. Geoboxing Empire. Peace. Geoboxing Empire. Peace.